morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Kent, where our mission is to inspire love, seek justice, and grow together in community. I'm Kathy Kearns, this morning's worship leader, and I'm joined by worship associate Randy Bish and our musicians, Sonis Parsons, Vanessa Vesely, and Katie Grigg Miller. It takes a village to bring you this service, and we extend our thanks to the tech team, sound team, slide preparer, and greeters for their help with today's service. Radical hospitality, being a welcoming community, is one of the highest values of our community. This is a place you can bring your whole self. And I have, as you're taking your seats, as we wind up the greeting, we ask for patience from the people on Zoom. And so I have one announcement this morning. The Central East region of the UUA is holding a leadership training here at our church on August 12th from 9 a.m. to 3:30. This training is for everyone in our multi-state region, which means there's opportunities to learn both from the presenters as well as from leaders in other congregations. This training was offered elsewhere this spring and was very well received. Our leadership development team would like to sponsor a group from our congregation to attend. We've set aside funds to pay for registration costs for 6 people. One of them could be you. We encourage you to apply for funding. And anybody who would like to deepen their leadership skills, as well as those either new to our church or new to serving in leadership in our church. And there's more information about this in the newsletter and on our church Facebook page. Or you can speak to me or Vivian or Kathy Slater or Don Gregg, who are all on the leadership development team. So come, let us worship together. Today's service will focus, Randy, where are you headed?
Hey, how you doing? Vivian, how's it going? Good to see you. Hi, Heidi. Love you. Hello, everyone. Oh, hi, Kathy.
Hey, so where are you headed?
Oh, well, I understand that the service today is focusing on Journey.
Yep.
Not the band, but I brought my backpack and packed it with some things since we're going on a journey. I thought I'd share them with you.
Great.
Yeah, can I?
Sure, let's see what you
I mean,
got.
since I'm here.
Yeah. What a
Well,
surprise.
I brought some things along to kind of help remind me of things on my journey as a church. Let me take this off a second. One of the things I brought is a chalice. Pretty big, but it reminds me of church and the covenant that we share together as the church. So that's one of the things I brought. Yep.
More?
Oh, and there's some more.
You got more?
Yeah, I do. I brought a circle.
Ooh.
It's for driving, or it reminds me of our oneness and unity in the church and our connectedness. As you look around, we all appear to be separate, right? Like we're all different, but not really. We're all connected. And just like the song says, may the circle be unbroken. Or you can wear it as a necklace.
There you go. I hope you brought more.
Oh, I did.
Okay.
I also brought a plant, because my plant reminds me that, well, you need to tend it, right? You need to take care of it, give it attention, you water it. Sometimes I talk to it, and it helps it to grow. So on my journey in church, I need to give attention to my journey, to tend it, to nourish it, so that I can grow. Yeah?
Great idea.
Yeah.
Are we done, or do you have more in your backpack?
Oh, we're not done. No, I have one last thing, and it may be the most important thing. So what I brought with me is my heart. Oh. Because my heart reminds me that the most important thing that I need to do in my journey in church is to love others and to love the world.
Yes. Thank you.
And the boots. I'm going to take my necklace off. We're on a journey together. Every Sunday, we begin our journey by lighting a chalice. The chalice is a symbol of the Unitarian Universalist faith. The chalice unites us in worship, reminds us of our search for truth and meaning, and inspires hope for a more just world. As Kathy lights our chalice, I invite those of you on Zoom to light your home chalice also. And also, please, everyone, join me in reading our church's covenant that should be on the screen. We affirm that each life has brilliance, and when joined with others in joyful community, has the power to transform. We pledge ourselves and our resources to this journey. This covenant inspires and challenges us to dwell together in right relationship. We promise to extend hospitality, nurture community for all ages, encourage spiritual growth, honor diversity, and practice kindness. That's our journey. Our first reading this morning is Walking Toward the Morning by Victoria Safford. You know, we do it every day. Every morning, we go out blinking into the glare of our freedom, into the wilderness of work and the world, making maps as we go, looking for some signs that we're on the right path. And on some good days, we walk right out of our oppressions, those things that press us down from the outside, or as more often from the inside, We shake off the shackles of fear, prejudice, timidity, closed-mindedness, selfishness, self-righteousness, and claim our freedom outright, as terrifying as it is, our freedom to be human and humane. Every morning, every day, we leave our houses not knowing if it will be for the last time, and we decide what we'll take with us and what we will carry. How much integrity, how much truth-telling, how much compassion, in case somebody along the way may need it, how much arrogance, how much anger, how much humor, how much willingness to change or to be changed, to grow and to be grown, how much faith and hope, how much love and gratitude. You pack these things with your lunch and your medications and your date book and your papers. Every day we gather what we think we'll need, pick up what we love and all that we so far believe, put on our history, shoulder our experiences and memories, and we take the inventory of our blessings and we start walking toward the morning.
I'll start with a confession. That's something I realized about myself a few years ago. I love a journey. The curiosity that is invoked as I explore possibilities. On any journey, there are so many different places you could go. I enjoy planning for journeys, and I find it intellectually stimulating to learn about new places. Then there's taking the journey itself and all that it brings. Things usually go well, and there are lots of fun things that happen. There may be some trepidation about the things that might go wrong, the challenges I might face, but challenges are usually manageable, and we may even grow and learn about ourselves as we work through them. And then when I get back, there are the memories of the journey, which for me are the best souvenirs as they stay with me long after the journey is over. How and what I recall about a journey is important for how it influences me over time. Sometimes we go on journeys by ourselves, and sometimes we do it with others. Each can have its positives. On solo journeys, we can do what we want, and there is no one there to see our stumbles. We will have ample time for personal reflection and testing our ability to adapt. But there are advantages for taking journeys with others. We can share resources, have others with whom to share our joys and lift our spirits when things go awry, and share responsibility for the journey. Some journeys, those that involve group goals, will always be shared journeys. When I said journey, what type of journey were you envisioning? Perhaps you thought of traveling on vacation, but we take all kinds of journeys. For example, I worked for 29 years as a faculty member at Kent State University, and thinking back about my career, I realized the work experiences where I felt most alive were times I felt like I was on a new journey. Developing the idea of a research project, implementing a new program for faculty development, joining Faculty Senate are examples. Sometimes we're not embarking on a new journey, just a new phase in an ongoing one. I hope you feel like coming to this church provides you opportunities to go on journeys. Churches are all about helping their members grow. To me, the purpose of church is captured by the phrase, lives transformed through faith. Participating in church allows us to work out our beliefs, practice our values, find community, and work to benefit the congregation and the local community. In addition to our own individual journeys, all of us are also travelers on our church's journey. Our church has been on a journey for over 150 years. We've faced a variety of challenges because, as we all know, you can never guarantee that any one journey will be smooth sailing. So maybe it's worth asking, at this moment in time, with the challenges we face, what we would like to carry with us in our spiritual backpack as our congregation continues our journey. Victoria Safford says, we decide how much integrity, truth-telling, compassion, anger, humor, and willingness to be changed we will bring with us as we journey out into the world. How much faith and hope and love we will bring. What are you ready to put in a spiritual backpack for our congregation? Each week, we create a time of shared stillness for prayer, reflection, gratitude, meditation, or simply being. We pause to remember who we truly are, reflect on life, and reconnect with the sacred mystery that is the very heart of life itself. Let's enter a period of silence. We also take time to honor one another's journeys in the spirit of being a community of compassion and care where we both give and receive care. We take time to share those sorrows and struggles that are in our hearts right now. If you are on Zoom, please share your sorrows in the chat and I will read them aloud. And Susanna shares, sorry for the unconscious harm we humans do to each other and the planet. Let's take a moment for prayer. Spirit of life and love, known by many names and yet fully known by none, we give thanks for this time and this place of renewal. We give thanks for the ability to begin again, after the disaster, after the tragedy, after the loss, after meeting the challenge set before us. Grant us the courage to continue on the journey, the courage to speak up for the well-being of others and ourselves and the planet. May we forgive each other when our courage falls short, and may we try again. Grant us hearts to love boldly, to embody our faith and our values in living words and deeds. May our hearts open to embrace humility, grace, and reconciliation. Grant us the ability to learn and grow, to let the spirit of love and truth work its transformation upon us and within us. Grant us the spirit of hospitality, the willingness to sustain a fit dwelling place for the holy that resides in all being. Grant us a sense of being at peace in the world, even as we are in motion. Let us cultivate together the strength to welcome every kind of gift and all manner of ways to be on the journey together. To this we add the silent prayers of our hearts. Blessed be.
This song has a really lovely chorus that I'm really hoping people are going to join in and sing with me. And since the verses are all the same tune as the chorus, I hope you'll sing along with that too, even if you don't know the words. You can ooh or hum, and you can do the melody and fill it in, and then it'll sound like I'm singing in front of a choir, or you can sing harmony. That'll be even better. So I'm going to sing the chorus through once, and then I'm going to ask you guys to sing it with me, and then I'll launch into the rest of it. I am open, and I am willing to behold what seems so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. I am open and I am willing to be hopeless, would be so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. There is hurting in my family. There is sorrow in my town. There is panic all across the nation. There is wailing the whole world round. I am open and I am willing to be hopeless, would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. May the children see more clearly. May the elders be more wise. May the winds of change caress us, even though it may burn our eyes. I am open and I am willing to be hopeless, what seems so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. Give me a mighty yoke to hold my confusion. Give me a desert to hold my fears. Give me a sunset to hold my wonder. Give me an ocean to hold my tears. I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. So lift me up to the light of change.
Life can also bring joy, wonder, or awe, and we've experienced moments this week that lifted our spirits. So we'll take a moment to honor those moments of joy, and those on Zoom can share in the chat. So Colin shares this: I got top surgery on the 6th of July. I'm healing well. We're glad this next phase in your journey is going so well. And Mark Stevens shares going to Broadway to see Funny Girl. We have a thank you sonus for the wonderful music. And we have gratitude for this community. May we nurture it with kindness, our appreciation, our caring. And Becky also shares, I'm so grateful for the help I've received. With gratitude for these and every blessing we receive, including the gift of life itself, we raise our hearts in gladness. Amen.
Trust is critical to progress on a spiritual path, but it doesn't come easily for some of us. I learned a little bit about it while I was living in Japan. Returning to Japan from a work trip to the States was often a harrowing 24-hour ordeal, but on this trip I had missed my usual bus ride from Tokyo to my home and needed to take the train. It was almost midnight when I got to Mammoth Shinjuku Station, and the last train was about to leave. Navigating a foreign metro train station can be daunting, but this time, my fatigue must have given me a deer-in-the-headlights look, because as I was gazing at the confusing train board, a man came up to me and asked in perfect English, where was I going? When I told him that I needed the Odoku line, he immediately grabbed my rather large suitcase and began heading off into the depths of the station. Was this a good idea, I wondered? Can I trust him? In my exhaustion, I followed the stranger to the correct train, where he rushed forward without me. I've lost my suitcase for sure, I thought to myself, but kept going and realized that he had rushed in order to secure a seat for me and a place for my suitcase on that practically full last train. With a slight bow, he backed off the train, and that was the last I saw him. His act of kindness and compassion left a lasting impression on me. To this day, I think of that stranger as an angel, effortlessly moving me along the path that I needed to follow at a time when I might not have been able to do it for myself. The memory reminds me that if I'm not cultivating an open heart and watching for the helpers, the teachers, and the angels, I may miss them just when I need them the most.
There are lots of things we might want to put in our church's spiritual backpack as we continue our journey and work to fulfill our church's mission to inspire love, seek justice, and grow together in community. Have we packed faith for the journey? Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. says, faith is taking the first step, even when we can't see the whole staircase. Alan Watts says, faith is a state of openness or trust. To have faith is like when you trust yourself in the water. You don't grab hold of the water when you swim, because if you do, you will become stiff and tight in the water and sink. You have to relax, and the attitude of faith is the very opposite of clinging and holding on. The attitude of faith is to let go and become open to truth, whatever it might turn out to be. As we continue our journey as a congregation, I hope you're bringing with you your faith in our congregation's ability to navigate what comes. Take a moment to look around this room. Look at all the wonderful, smart, compassionate people who are here. The long-haul, committed people who can be counted on day in and day out, year in and year out. The new people who are reinvigorating our community. The angels and the teachers and the helpers who are right here in this room. All the people who care about this church enough to be here today. Have faith that we already have the people we need to go with us on this journey. Trust that our leaders will at all times try to act in the best interests of our congregation. Assume good intentions. Have faith that, working together, we can overcome challenges. Have we packed hope for the journey? Hope is different from optimism. Optimism says, I expect everything is going to be just fine. But of course, things often don't go exactly as planned, right? So instead, pack hope. Hope is seeing that there are always possibilities for things to work out. Hope says things might work out well, so it's worth doing everything I can to try and make this next journey the best it can be. Reverend Soto says, a healthy hope is the power, and beyond that, the choosing to stay. Hope provides us inspiration to continue, even when the going gets challenging. What if, though, instead of hope, you feel fear, if you worry about what might go wrong? Worrying can create feelings of anxiety, and when we're part of a group or a system, our own feelings of anxiety can sometimes spread through the system. It's natural at times to feel anxiety when experiencing change, but it's unhealthy to let anxiety govern our thoughts and actions. We can acknowledge anxiety, but not dwell on it. Faith and hope are antidotes to fear, so have both at the ready for when you need them. Have you packed love for the journey? In the Bible it is said, and now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Love recognizes we are connected to one another. In our congregation, we are on a shared journey. Sometimes we face decisions and things will be messy, and inevitably there will be differences of opinion. Love calls us to stay in relationship with one another, even when things get hard. Shea French says, having relationships where we can speak the truth to one another and disagree requires that we invest in one another. It means we care about something bigger than ourselves. She suggests that democratic self-governance, like we have in our UU faith communities, requires listening deeply, allowing everyone to speak, being clear about our own needs versus the good of the group, and following our values, building our relationships with one another, and truly getting to know each other helps us respect each other when we disagree. There will be opportunities to share love with one another over the coming months. When times are stressful, turn to one another for love and support. When people make mistakes, begin again in love. Remember that Unitarian Universalism is a covenantal faith. By covenant, we mean the promises that we make to one another about how we want to be together on our journey. We read our church's covenant today for the chalice lighting. Like all covenants, it emphasizes not just the doing, but how we do things, how we are in relationship with one another. I've only named a few of the things we might put in our spiritual backpack for our congregation's continued journey. What else do you think that we need to take with us? If you're on Zoom, please put your suggestion in the chat so I can read it aloud, and if you're here in person, I'll repeat it into the mic to make sure that everyone can hear. So what else do we need to put in our spiritual backpack for our congregation? Equality.
Listening.
I'm sorry.
Listening.
Listening.
Patience.
Patience. Kindness. Commitment. And I want to read a couple from the chat here. Time for quiet reflection, wisdom and discernment.
Radical acceptance.
Radical acceptance.
Generosity.
Generosity. Coffee. Gratitude. Creativity. Cooperation. Here's another from the Zoom. Commitment to dismantling oppression.
A harmonica for music.
A what?
Harmonica for music.
A harmonica for music. Forgiveness. Compassion. Time, and we also have on Zoom time to move together, make music, dance, create art. Our backpack is getting heavy, probably, but these are all important things for us to bring. So I thank you for helping fill out the backpack with all the other things that we needed to bring on our church journey. And now, in closing this portion of the service, I would like to invite you to participate in a blessing for our congregation. So please stand in body or in spirit. And let's just begin by taking a moment to breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. This breath we share with all that breathes. Breathe in, breathe out. This breath we share with all that breathes. We are a community of covenant. I invite you to receive the hand of your neighbor, if that is comfortable for you, as a sign of our connections to one another. Feel the love of the universe flowing through this community into you and out into the universe again. In unity, we walk the path to build on the hopes and dreams of our ancestors. We can all be a blessing to this community. Share your gifts, the things you carry in your own spiritual backpacks. Give hope to others as we faithfully move forward together in the spirit of love, joy, service, and caring. Be the blessing you already are. That is enough. Amen. John Saxon says, this religious community exists by its mission as a fire exists by burning, but a fire cannot burn without fuel. And it is the time, the energy, the imagination, the vision, the creativity, the compassion, the love, and the financial support of the members and friends of this community that fuels our mission to nurture and sustain a welcoming, inclusive, and diverse liberal religious community that transforms lives and serves the world. In the spirit of our shared ministry, the offering that sustains our community will be gratefully received. And each month we have a special offering to benefit a nonprofit agency. Our July special collection will be for the Immigrant Worker Project, which works for justice and human dignity for rural immigrant workers from Latin America who live in Ohio. And I wanted to say that Katie Grigg-Miller was going to come and sing this song for you live today, but she's not feeling well. Luckily, we had a recording of it because she sang it once before in church. So, Katie, we're sending you our healing thoughts as we listen to your beautiful music, the song We Journey On Together, which Katie wrote.
Wherever we may wander, however far we roam, our path we'll cross whenever we trust in love to lead us home. There's no one way to wander, no single path to take. We share a grand adventure, led by the Spirit we are safe. We'll travel on together, though we may not know how far this road goes. To peace and love we're tethered, and so as one we journey on together. There's not just one way on any highway. There's not just your way or only my way. So join with me, we'll find the best way for now. Though rivers you will follow, though mountains you will cross, with faithful friends beside you, you're not alone, you're never lost. However rough the ocean or dark the path may be, our destiny is wisdom, our heaven peace and harmony. We'll travel there together, though we may not know just where this road goes. Our progress is not measured by miles done or medals won. We'll find our way together, though we may not know how far this road goes. To peace and love we're tethered, and so as one we journey on together.
Thank you, Katie. And now, please say with me the words for extinguishing the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. May we carry these in our hearts and minds until we are together again. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are not perfect, but we are perfectly fitted for this day.
We are not without fault, but we can be honest to face our past as we chart a new future.
We are the ones we have been waiting for. May we be bold and courageous to chart that new future.
May we have faith in a future that is not known. We are the ones we've been waiting for.
Go in peace.